Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is May already, and I'm so excited to tell you what you should be doing, what you should be growing, and how you should be growing it in your garden this month. Let's get to it! What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Ricky Jones Jr. back again for another video in which I'm oh so excited to be with you all here today, largely because it's a new month. It is May, ladies and gentlemen, already. I feel like we just talked about May. We talked about March, which was my birth month. Then we went into April, which is my wife's birth month. And now we are all the way in May, which is our daughter's Rain birth month. So it's like boom, 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 boom. We're here, but I'm also excited because I am here with you to share what you should be doing, what you should be growing, how you should be growing it in your garden this month, which obviously I have like something going in my eye. I was doing too much in the beginning. I was trying something new, ladies and gentlemen. I just like to have fun with you all, and so thank you for obliging with me. With that being said, if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button, turn it from a red button into a gray button so that we can get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And with the help of you, we will be able to do so. So we're gonna go ahead and start with some things that you can grow in your garden right now, and then we'll talk about, secondly, how you should be growing them, and then thirdly, your excitement about growing certain things because of the month of May. And so let's go ahead and start this bad boy off with beans. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start these bad boys. Pole beans, bush beans, whatever kind of beans you want to grow them now. Now think ahead, because with us growing beans now, that will prepare for beans later in the year. We know Thanksgiving is not too far from now. Truth be told, it is May, but it's only what, 5-6 months away. Christmas is coming up. A lot of beans are being cooked at that time. Go ahead and go ahead and grow what you can cook later now, right? So just go ahead and start thinking through those things right there. Beets, we can start sowing beets in the ground right now. I laugh because I did a little beet experiment with some little seedlings. That did not work out too well. However, I will be sowing some beets into the ground this month myself. Cabbage, May is the time to transplant your cabbage. If you haven't already grown it from seed, just wait for next year, or give it a go. Give it a grow, depending on whatever zone you are in. In my zone in Tampa, Florida, I have to like transplant the seedlings at this point. Don't even try it from the seeds. Now carrots, I'm able to do those bad boys indoors. If I want to have some seedlings, I can grow the seeds now, knowing that around like mid-July, I'll be able to plant those carrots out, no matter what variety or color of carrot that I am growing. Corn, it's time. It's time. Warm weather soil is ripe just for corn, okay? So go ahead and get those corns out there, which there are different kinds and colors of corn that are out there now. I don't know if you have seen like that, I forgot what it's called, but it's like some blues, some whites, some oranges. It looks like, if you know, like me, like in an old Baptist church, there are like those stained glass windows. It looks like that. So I'm gonna call it like stained glass corn. It might be the name of it. But nonetheless, give it a grow. If you're doing that, please let me know down in the comment section below, even with the name, like let me know. Cucumbers, ladies and gentlemen, we can do those now, which I'm also excited because I have started planting my cucumbers already in 2 places in the garden, so I'm excited to see those bad boys grow. Eggplants, you are able to now put the eggplant out there if that's something that you are looking to grow. I tried it many times. It did not work out for me, so I'm not gonna give it a grow this year or this month. But eggplants, now that the soil have reached temperatures high of 60 degrees and all that good stuff, you're good to grow those bad boys. And herbs, ladies and gentlemen, we can now grow the basils, the oreganos, the rosemaries, and the sage, either indoors or outdoors, because it's the time now for them to grow, okay? Which basil is great to grow around tomatoes, as well as what else was I say? I said sage. Sage is great to grow around your brassica family. So know that even in companion planting and things like that, the herbs are good for the belly, but then also good for the garden as well to keep away those pests, because y'all know I don't play about the pests. Also, melons, let's go ahead and grow those melons. I'm talking about watermelon, I'm talking about honeydew, I'm talking about cantaloupe. Go ahead and grow those melons right now. It's the time, summertime. You know, nothing like summertime fun, cracking up a juicy melon and being able to eat it with family and friends. Peppers, ladies and gentlemen, we can grow peppers. I'm talking about hot peppers, cool peppers, regular peppers, big peppers, small peppers, bush peppers. Grow the peppers, okay? Largely because you can grow them in tight spaces and just get a bunch of them in your garden. So don't hold back. Grow those peppers. It's going to be great. And I venture to say that jalapeno peppers that you grow are hotter than the ones that you buy. I don't know why. However, as gardeners, we know things are just better when you grow them yourself. But that's a whole nother story and a truth that we all know. Summer squash is something that we can grow. Duh, why? Because it's summer squash. It's summertime. So go ahead and grow those squash. Now be mindful with squash. You definitely want to be mindful about how much space squash actually takes up before you just put it in the ground. You know, do your research, okay? You can start here, but then do some Google searches and things like that. I personally haven't grown squash only but like once, and I didn't do like videos on it, so I don't have the content here. Do apologize. However, squash is large when it grows and it takes up space, and so just be mindful. I don't know your space. However, with my space, I choose not to grow squash because of how much space it actually takes up. And then vegetable-wise, tomatoes is something that we can be growing right now. And I'm talking about all varieties of tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, big tomatoes, purple tomatoes, go for it. Tomatoes are ready right now. Like I said before, you can grow the basil with the tomatoes so that you can companion plant, keeping away pests and things like that. But then also it said that the taste is just a little bit better when you put some tomatoes and the basil next to each other. And then if you really want to pop things off, you can even put some beans around as well, because the beans will allow for nitrogen to go into the soil. I did that because we talk about this quite often in the videos. But nonetheless, hey, we're here. It might be your first time, so hey, beans do bring nitrogen into the soil, which are beneficial nutrients for tomatoes as well as for basils, right? But now let's talk about the fun part about growing right now. Now, with it being summertime, well, I'm gonna do the second one first, and I'm gonna do the third one right now. So May is now the time in which the frost is usually over. However, I did see some of my friends up in Chicago and I saw snow. I was like, oh snap, like this was last week. I saw snow that they posted. I was thinking, oh my goodness, thank God I am in Tampa, Florida. But nonetheless, with it all, usually well, here I can say the frost is over. You don't have to worry about frost anymore. So what does that mean? That means that our soil temperatures are going to be high right now, which are very good. It's very prime for growing seeds and things like that. Largely because, I don't know if you have tried this before, but some people, like myself, have grown seeds with a heat mat on the bottom of the seed starting tray, largely because a warm soil will help expedite the time in which the seed germinates. So growing things out in the garden right now from seed will actually be a little bit quicker than it would be in the fall or in the springtime frames because of that hotter soil temperature, okay? So that's another reason why May is an exciting time to go ahead and garden, grow some different things, get things started, so that come June and July, you'll have them mature, they won't burn out, they won't not grow because temperatures are too high, too hot, but getting them started now is what you want to do, okay? So that's the fun thing. Now, here's how you could grow things out in the garden. Now, boom, we can do it in a way maybe termed under like succession gardening, but more than anything, if you have like beans is a prime example because I do square foot gardening, and in a square foot you can plant 9 beans per square foot. Now what I would recommend you doing, I don't know how many rows or how many square feet you will grow beans, but let's say if you have 4, what I would do is in the 4 spaces I would do 3, 3, 3, 3, 4 sets of 3, right? So that's 12 bean plants 1 week. And then 2 weeks later I would do the second row of bean plants, and then the third week I would do the third row of bean plants. So every 2 weeks I would plant 12 beans into the soil, with the idea that in time I will have like cycles of beans. I won't just have a plethora of beans coming all at one time, but there'll be cycles, there'll be rotations, there'll be harvest I can eat, then there's a harvest that I can eat, and it's never like just a bunch where I'm like, what do I do with all this? Like, where in the world, who am I gonna feed? Like, what football team can I call over to my house because I have so many beans, right? Or whatever it is that you're growing, right? Don't just throw all your seeds out at one time. do it over time, okay? And so you can do that with your beans, your tomatoes, your corn, whatever it is that you're giving a grow this month. Know that you should do it, and you could do it in cycles, and it will work out best. Now, like I said, some people call it succession growing, but I just like to call it growing with the end in mind, okay? Because you're not growing a bunch at one time, but you're growing knowing that you do eat over time. You see what I'm saying? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's May. And since it is May, it is an exciting time. So let's give it a grow. Actually, it is my father's birthday month as well. I just thought about that. So shouts out to that. And it is Mother's Day comes up in this month as well. So man, this is going to be a fun month. Shouts out to all the mothers out there. I don't know if I will do a video on Mother's Day, but if not, let me start off this month by saying Happy Mother's Day to you all. I love you all. I appreciate you all. We as people appreciate all of you mothers, because without you all, we wouldn't be here. However, I have to give a special shout out to my mother, Miss Christina Jones, who you probably see quite often in the comment section. She looks at all my videos, comments on all the videos, in which I greatly appreciate her for her support, her love, and her care. So shouts out to you, Mom. Didn't know I was going to do this in this video, but nonetheless, I have to give you a shout out. But then also my lovely wife as well, Crystal Jones, who is the mother of my two kids, our two kids, my lovely Rain and Ricky Jones the third. She is the mother of. So I appreciate you, Crystal, as well, for bearing my lovely children, our lovely children that are a gift to the world that we have the opportunity to raise up, or have, because we're still doing it right now. But nonetheless, it is all great people. We are here for gardening. However, I have to give a moment for the mothers, so I thank you for listening and being with me during that time. With that being said, I love you all. I appreciate you all. And remember, you never have to garden alone, because you can always garden with me. Love you. I appreciate you. See you on the next videos. May is going to be fun, and I want you to be a part. Let's go. Wait.